Feeling great, thanks.
How does it feel to be back, ready to throw down on Saturday, man?
Yeah, Vegas beats the snow back home, so happy to be out here and with another fight week, another opportunity to go out and prove why I deserve these opportunities.
Can you talk about the streak that you're currently on, right? And it feels like just a couple of years ago, everybody doubting you again. Everybody says, and last time everybody doubted you, you went out and beat up Giga really bad, right? So is this the same kind of situation? Like, can you talk about the skid you're on right now?
Yeah, definitely not the way we want things going, but I mean, don't want to beat a dead horse, but I felt like I had won that first fight, and then of the three with Emmett, and then the way things worked out with Allen with the knee, just unfortunate. I feel like that fight didn't even happen. Lost a solid fight to a former champ, and all of a sudden here we are 0-3. Not the way you want to write it up, but it's dangerous just kind of focusing too much behind you and too far ahead of you. Right now we got Youssef Zalal on Saturday, tough opponent, 4-fight win streak. He's it's not easy to do in the UFC, so definitely deserving of a top 10, top 15 challenge, and ready to go and give him a fight come Saturday night.
Some ranked fighters don't like to give a chance to unranked fighters to come up, right?
I don't give a fuck about that.
Why is that?
Because everybody's tough. I just don't care either way. A fight's a fight, I don't care who it is, who it's against. Give me some time for it. I'll be happy for that. It doesn't always happen, but for this one we got time. I'm not getting any younger, and it's about testing myself and proving to myself that I belong at the top of the division. And these guys are just an opportunity for me to do that. I don't care who it is, kind of where they stack up. I'll let the manager kind of deal with all that shit. You know what I mean? I just focus on beating the guy in front of me every time.
What do you think of the matchup with Youssef?
Yeah, tough fighter. Like I said, tough to go 4-0 in the UFC. And he's been able to do that. But I feel like that top 15, top 10, top 5, it just gets different levels, And I plan to prove not only to him and everybody else, but to myself that, I still belong at the top of the division.
I don't know if you care about betting odds or anything, but I think he's like a minus 400 favorite.
Yeah, I don't care. Cool, good for him. Plenty of underdogs, have gotten their hand raised, and plenty of favorites have lost. So we'll see what's up Saturday night.
Well, what do the Patriots have to do next year to?
Fuck, man, you really like kicking me when I'm down. Let's talk about the Celtics at least. Where are you at on that one? Yeah, exactly. Everyone wants to talk. Everyone wants to beat you up when you're down. I got one for us underdogs on Saturday.
Awesome. Good luck.
Thank you, brother.
Today we had the Ultimate Fighter guys coming in here that are just starting their journey of getting and being part of the UFC. I don't know if you saw any of them, and does that bring back memories of just when you first started dealing with the UFC? And does that kind of put a little bolt of energy back in you, just kind of see guys that are starting their journey, and you've had such a great career with the UFC so far?
Yeah, it's very cool to see. I get reminders quarterly. I run a local event back home, try to do a feeder program in the UFC. We got some former UFC fighters on our cards. Just last weekend, Nick Fury got a big first-round submission at our main event. He is a former UFC fighter as well. He's working his comeback. And that's where I got my start. I fought there 9 times coming up. So every quarter, I get to see these guys that stepped in the same, cage that I stepped in to get here. And I take a lot of pride in just showing them that, fighting in that area, in this cage, you can get to the highest levels of the sport like I've done. And yeah, it's a constant reminder. Even being here in the Palace,
Yep.
I'm fortunate enough to, stay off site this time, have an Airbnb. But I remember having to stay in the fighter hotels. And I constantly remind myself to be grateful for the blessings that I have and the opportunities in front of me. And I don't plan on wasting them. Come Saturday night, I'm going to go out. You're going to see the best Calvin Kattar on fight night.
If you had to impart a piece of knowledge to these guys, what would you tell them to do, just dealing with the house, dealing with the pressure, but also just dealing with this opportunity? What would be your bit of advice for them?
Something I learned from Micah, the mental coach here, is just constantly being able to zoom in and zoom out of things going on. It can be overwhelming. Sometimes you're too zoomed out and you're looking at everything. But, that's when times you need to zoom in and just focus on the being in the moment, on the details that you're doing. And I think that's very important. But sometimes you can be so wrapped up in the moment that you don't really have a game plan, so you got to zoom out a little bit. Just to kind of being aware of that sometimes, whether or not you're too zoomed in or zoomed out, and trying to find a way to stay in the present moment and really only focusing on what you can control. You can get lost in all the bullshit. Take things fight by fight, day by day. I focus on even just I got to eat this next meal in between 1 and 2 o'clock. You know what I mean? And then after that, that's a checkpoint. Me and Rob, we talk often about checkpoints consistently. Right now, I'm not even onto the weight cut yet. That's tomorrow. You know, today, media day, stay in the moment. You can do that enough, you know, good things will happen, I feel like.
Is that typical for you? Like the weight cut starts on Thursday, like the day before the
Yeah,
weigh-in?
generally. You know, for the most part, we like to get a little bit off then. And if there's anything left on Friday, we'll kind of close out the rest then. But, yeah, weight cuts are never easy. But at the same time, I've gotten so much better at it over the years that, yeah, it's just another one.
But also it means you're probably more disciplined throughout the year regardless. You don't let yourself get too far away to make the work so hard when it comes to fight week.
And that's part of that process that you're talking about, these guys coming up. It's like how to try to stay within range, you know, as best as you can year round. It's tough, and especially these guys trying to make the jump from a local promotion to the UFC. It's tough. You know, it's going to be a short notice call a lot of times, you know, and to just stay ready. It's very tough when you don't have a date in mind. And you just want to try to be as ready as possible for your opportunities when they come. And I'd say that's probably the hardest jump is from, you know, the local shows to the big show and trying to stay ready, not knowing when that date's going to come. But it's exciting too, man, to just kind of relive that whole part.
And, well, you get an opportunity on Saturday to get back in the win column. What are your keys to the victory? What do you need to do to make sure you get your hand raised on Saturday?
Yeah, just go out and be myself, you know, not get caught up in all the bullshit, kind of like I'm giving these guys advice, you know. I got to take that own advice myself. You know, just zoom in a little bit, focus on what I got to do, checkpoints, not even for the whole fight, but each round, throughout the round, resets, things like that. And just stay focused on what I got to do, be ready to adapt. And I got some great coaches and corners in my corner, and just listen to them, and you know that's all you could do.